So very good morning to all of you. Welcome to the HR specialization paper, Team Dynamics at Work, paper code HR301. So today we are going to discuss about theories of group formation. So we had a lot of sessions on team dynamics at work, about team, about groups, effective teams, okay, sociometry, different other concepts we have discussed. Today we are going to discuss about theories of group formation. So there are majorly four theories of group formation. So we'll be discussing one by one. So number one is the Propancuity Theory. It's the basic theory. This Propancuity Theory is a basic theory. It's just basically depend on the proximity of the group member. If our offices or the departments are nearby, we have a higher tendency to form a group. Okay, we work in nearby offices. I mean, I'm working in the first floor, somebody is working in the second floor. I'm working in room number 101, somebody is working in room number 102. So that means we are having more chances of forming a group rather than if I'm having an office at pin code number 700153 and somebody is working 700045. So that means there is a long distance, I mean differences within the city. So there are lesser chances of forming a group as per this theory. Okay, so let us check what they are trying to say. So this is an interesting word. Simply means that individuals affiliate with one another because of their spatial or the geographical proximity that we are discussing. Geographical or spatial proximity, that's why they are forming the group. In an organization, employees who work in the same area or the plant or the office, or the managers with the office close to one another would more probably form into a group than would those who are not physically located together. Okay. So there is some research evidence to support the Propancuity theory, and on the surface it has a great deal of merit for explaining the group formation. I mean, those who are proximity, those who are having physical proximity, geographical proximity, spatial proximity, so there is a chance of forming a group rather than those who are not in a proximity zone. They are locating in a distant places. So the chances of creating a group is lesser than the people who are having higher proximity, geographical and spatial proximity. The drawbacks of this theory is that it is not analytical and does not begin to explain to the complexities of the group formation. We know that there are several layers of the group formation. There are a lot of other psycho-analytical theories involved into it. But however, that is not being considered here. That is only the proximity of the physical, geographical proximity is being considered. That's it. Right? So it needs to be explored. So it is, not that very much effective, but also, of course, this is one of the theory. Next one, we'll be discussing about the Homans theory. Okay. So according to George C. Homans, the more activities person share, the more numerous will be their interaction and the stronger will be their shared activities. Okay. So there are three things this Homans is talking about. Number one is the activities, number two is interaction, number three is the sentiments. So that means these are three things. Number one is activities, number two is the interaction, and number three is the sentiment. So what does it mean? I mean, if the people are interacting with each other at a regular interval and involved into different kind of similar kind of activities or the activities with common interest, then there are chances they will be developing sentiments for each other. And because of these three interrelated elements, they would be forming a group. So these three elements must be there. Otherwise, there will be no group formation according to this theory. Okay. So it is very comprehensive theory and based on the activities, interaction, and sentiments. Activities, interaction, and sentiments. So these three elements are directly related to each other. The members' activities, interaction of a group, share activities, and interact with each other, not just because of the physical proximity, but also to accomplish group goals. It is not because of the physical proximity, because they share the similar kind of activities, interaction, and sentiment. So in order to fulfill the group objective, they are forming the group because they share the same sentiment. And how the sentiment is being created? Through interaction and the activity. So everything is interlinked. Okay. So the key element is the interaction, because of which they develop common sentiments for each other. So interaction is the key element in this model. These sentiments gradually get expressed through the formation of informal group. If any disturbance is caused to any of these three activities, that is interaction, activities and the sentiments, it is likely to disturb all others. I mean, if there is any problem with the activity, if there is a problem in the interaction, if there is a problem in the sentiment, if anything, any disruption happened to any of the element, there would be a disturbance in the group as well. Okay, so that's the idea. So according to this theory, there are three elements: activities, interaction, sentiments, and that is creating the group norms, and for encouraging them to form an informal group in order to fulfill the group goals, right? So that's the concept of the Hohmann's theory. So now let us concentrate on balance theory. Okay, so balance theory means another very comprehensive theory is the balance theory in the group formation. This theory is proposed by the Theodore Newcomb, states that the persons are attracted to each other on the basis of similar attitude towards the commonly relevant object and goals. If we are having similar kind of attitudes towards something, that will form a group. We'll be developing a attraction towards each other because we are sharing the similar kind of attitude towards something. Once a relationship is formed, it strives to maintain a symmetrical balance between the attraction and the common attributes. We are having the attraction and we are having the common attributes, and we are trying to making a balance between the same. If an imbalance occurs, attempts are made to restore the balance. I mean, attraction and the attributes and the attitude towards something is somehow, our behavior pattern is changing somehow, so that there is a mismatch. We will be trying to adjust that in order to maintain the balance. But if somehow any of the party fails to restore the balance, then the group will be disturbed. So thus the balance theory additive in nature, in the sense that it introduces the factor of balance to the propancuity and the interaction theory. I mean, similar kind of thing, but he is adding this sense that it introduces the factors of balance. I mean, there would be propancuity concept and the interaction concept as well. But however, we would be introducing this balancer. So that is the balance theory. But now there must be a balance in the relationship between the group members for the group to be formed for its survival. Now, how we can describe it? Now, there are two persons, individual A and individual B. Now, individual A will interact and form a relationship or group with the individual B because of common attitude and value C. Because we are sharing the common attitude. What is this common attitude? It may be lifestyle, it may be work, it may be authority, it may be religion, it may be politics, etc. Anything, because we are sharing the similar kind of attitude and values in respect to these things. It may be lifestyle, it may be more than that as well. I mean, more than one. Lifestyle and work, that is matching. Lifestyle and authority, that is matching. Religion and politics, that is matching. Anything, right? Or any one of that, because that is matching, because A is interacting and creating a relationship or group with B because of C, that is a common attitude of the values. Now, once the relationship is formed, the participants strive to maintain a symmetrical balance between the attraction and the common that we have already discussed. A and B both will try to make a balance with the C, because their lifestyle that is matching. That's why they are forming the group. If there is a mismatch, then they will not be in a group anymore. So that if an imbalance occurs, an attempt is made to restore the balance, but if the imbalance cannot be restored, the relationship dissolves, right? It is totally based on, so that's why it is called balance theory. So A and B are being balanced by C. C is what? C is the common attitude of the values. They are having the common attitude of the values towards something. So that's why you are still forming the group. But when that will be disturbed, so if the balance cannot be restored, then the group will dissolve. So that is the concept of balance theory, right? So we have discussed about three theories. Now get into the fourth theory, that is exchange theory. Now, exchange theory is the logic behind this exchange theory is that why I am going to join a group, what I am getting in return. Okay, so return and the my investment, what is my cost? Is it higher? What is my investment and whatever I am getting? Is it higher? Whatever I am getting, that is return is higher, then I'll be joining the group, right? So that is called the exchange theory. That is that this theory is based on the reward cost outcome. What is the cost I am spending, I'm investing, and what is my reward? If the reward is higher, I will be joining the group. That's the model. So this theory is based on the reward cost outcome of interaction. To be attracted towards a group, a person thinks in terms of what he will get in exchange of interaction with the members. If I'm regularly interacting with that members, what I am going to get in return as a reward, that I'll check. Then I'll join. A minimum positive level, rewards greater than the cost of an outcome must exist in order for attraction or affiliation to take place. If you need to attract the person towards a group, so you need to ensure, if you are considering this theory, that is exchange theory, you need to ensure that the incumbent would be getting something more rather than what he is investing. Okay, so that's the idea. So rewards from interaction gratify the needs, while costs incur the anxiety, frustration, embarrassment, or fatigue. So cost does not mean a monetary cost. So cost is what? Incur the anxiety, to be a part of the group. Frustration, sometimes that will be creating frustration because of many things. Embarrassment or the fatigue. So this is your cost. So now what is your reward? You are adjusting with all these things, your anxiety, your frustration, your embarrassment, your fatigue. So you need to understand what is your outcome, what you are getting out of it. So if you are getting something more than out of it, so then you will be attracted and to be remain with the group. So that is the concept of the exchange theory. Now the propencuity, interaction, and the common attitudes all have roles in the exchange theory, because we understand that interaction, what is my reward, what is the level of interaction, what is the common attitude or the values, anything I should be getting out of that, right? It may be a social respect, it may be a the materialistic outcome, anything that may coming out. So out of my these things, this anxiety or the frustration or the embarrassment or the fatigue, anything, I'm getting social recognition out of that group. So that is the reason I want to continue with that group, right? So these are the four theories, like the propencuity, interaction, and the common attitude, and the exchange theory. So these are the theories that we have discussed. So again, just recap once more: exchange theory that we have already discussed. Before that, we had a discussion about the balance theory. Before that, Homan's theory, and the first one was the propencuity theory. So these are the four theories are there as far as your syllabus is concerned. So we had a discussion. So we have covered all the four elements. So in case if you have any question, please feel free to ask me in the appropriate forum that have been provided to you. So thank you so much for attending the session, and we'll be coming back shortly with some more topics of HR 301. Thank you so much.